Okay, welcome everyone to the channel. Today I'm going to be playing Imperium Classics. I have Legends in this box, but for this first stream, I will be doing just playing both nations, myself and the AI with the Classics, and then I'll probably do another one later with Legends. Just so I can work my way up. I still don't have a good strategy on how to win this game. These AIs can be very tough sometimes. So we'll open it up and we'll set it. We'll go through the whole setup so that way you can see how long it takes to set up, and then just play the game. So get this out of the way. I print out the errata stuff. There's not too much stuff in here. I don't need that. The two rule books. I'll just need one of these for the backside, really. Solo isn't too hard. And then, yeah, because this will just tell me my turn structure, just so that way I don't forget anything. Keep that to the side. Alright. Have these three for the market. So as I set up here, I'll be moving the camera around, trying to get the best angle. Give me one moment. Okay. I might keep these really high because all that's going to be up here are going to be draw piles, so nothing really much to look at. Got my die for the bot whenever he activates. All the tokens. Eventually I'll come up with a better system, but for now I'm just dumping everything in here. That way I can go through it and grab what I need. But I know that I need 3 action markers, 5 of these X's for exhaust, and I start with 3 material, 2 population, and 1 advance token. And then I need numbers 1 through 5. I'm just playing through the regular mode. There's a number 6 in here if you're going to play a harder mode, but real quick, I'll just take out the action tokens and what did I say, the exhaust tokens, just to make it a little easier when I'm trying to, there's a number 6, when I'm trying to find the right tokens while I'm playing. And again, I mean, I just need to think of a better insert or 3D print something myself. Okay, but I got those taken out, so pop those to the side here. So since I'm doing classics, I'm going to use the classics common cards. Yeah, so these have the number 1 on them. And then I have the 2 to 3 player cards already separated in the back, so I'll just put those back in the box. Forgot I had these on the bottom here. So these someone made on a Board Game Geek. This is what's in the back of the solo rule book. These are the AI charts, and it'll have the barbarian and empire side for each nation. So I just print them out. They're black and white. I don't have a nice color printer at the moment, and I didn't feel like going to the printers yet to pay for some. You probably get some really good, nice ones on some thicker, like cardstock type paper. But I just print them out, take them together, so there's a little thickness on them. But Okay, so all these tokens I'll put to the side over here. And I played these guys the other day against a friend, so I'm just going to keep the same matchup because this is a game that rewards playing the same nation a couple times. So the more you figure them out, the better you'll get at them. And okay, so I'll put this back, put it away, and then I can show you who I'm going to be. So I played as the Celts, if I'm saying that right. I think it's that C sounds like a K. Oh, let me adjust this real quick because that is not how I wanted that to look. Sorry, I should have taken care of this off camera already. But that'll do for now. So. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I definitely should have checked my cameras. I moved some stuff around and was messing with settings and didn't realize how bad that was going to show. So let me see if I can get a better angle on that. Okay, that'll work. So there's an A side, which for this one would give me an exhaust ability. For this one, it says when you acquire an uncivilized card or break through for uncivilized, exhaust this card. Each player takes unrest. Ooh. And on this side, at the end of the game, I get 1 victory point per uncivilized card I have, but these will max out at 10 each. On the B side, there is no passive effect, but I just get 2 victory points per uncivilized card. So I just need, if I want to max this card out for points, I just need 5 instead of 10, but I lose the ability of, whenever I'm getting those cards, to give the AI an unrest card. So I think I might play on the A side. I kind of want to just see how that works. Okay, so, and then for my AI, they are going to be the Carthaginians. Okay. All their info doesn't matter except for. Actually, I don't think they're. I'll have to double check if their nation card scores points. I think everything else they grab does, but not this card. But all this text will be ignored for the AI. So let me set. Let's see. I'll set all the common cards up. So the Solstice card, I'll be first player, so I'll go at the very end. We both start in Barbarian mode. Okay, here are. So all unrest go face up there. See, we have tributaries are the blue cards. These are the other nations that we can gain control of somehow. Green are uncivilized. Can't see the green on the green screen just because it's a green screen, but yeah, those are green. So I'll shuffle these up, and on a 2-player game, at the top of each specified area, I'll draw, or I'll put 6 cards there, and then the rest of the cards will go into the main deck. So in the beginning of the game, I'll always have a civilized, uncivilized, and region that I can draw from. Whereas later on, once I go through those initial 6 cards, it'll just be whatever shows up from the shuffled main deck. So you draw 6, and these were the uncivilized cards, and then the rest of those will start piling up in the main deck. So gray are the civilized cards, so I'll give those a shuffle. Draw 6 of those. Rest going to main. Yellows are regions. Same thing, just quick shuffle. And 6 of those. 3, 4, 5, 6. Up top here, the rest of the main deck. The purple are the Fame cards, Fame deck. So I have to take King Kings. That'll go face up on top there. The rest of these will get shuffled. For a 2-player game, I have to take 2 cards out, and then the rest will go on top. So these can be powerful cards. And that's one way to trigger the end game if all the Fame deck goes away. So the rest of these that are in the common deck, I'm gonna give these a good shuffle. I wonder if there's a way I can kind of avoid that light. How low can I go? Nah, I might need a higher up view just to see all the cards. Alright, we're just going to stick with that. So let me just keep on shuffling. And let me really separate out these cards. Just in case my mass shuffling wasn't good enough, just randomly lay these out. And then just randomly pick them up. Alright, that'll work. So I'll pop those up here. It's my main deck. If that runs out the game, that'll trigger an end game. So everything but regions will start with unrest on them. So let me line some of these up. So the first region, we have woodland. I will go underneath there. Agriculture, whoa. For our first uncivilized, on this one, if I get it, I can exhaust and tree. It looks like a wheat symbol. Has 3 money bag, I don't know, water for the rest of the turn. So maybe money. I think these symbols, I was looking in the rulebook, and the game will give you a bunch of symbols and not really explain every single thing. You have to like really search for it. For the civilized, there's coinage. So I get closer. Yeah, that'll work. So coinage, but this can only be played in the Empire phase, which right now we're both early on in our nations. And let's see what comes out from the main deck. So in slot 1, Hittites. I'm saying that right? But if I get these guys 3 fame points and they allow me to break through for a region, but then they go into my history, which they're essentially just a one-time use. Like, you get control of these guys, and then they do one thing for you and then go away. Unless you have an ability to bring them back somehow from your history. And then for slot number 2, the hills. Since it's a region, I don't have to have this unrest over here. So this unrest deck ever empties out. All nations, the game will end in a collapse, and whoever has the least amount of these total will win the game. So since I'm okay, and then now underneath all these cards, I'm gonna put these number tokens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is where when the AI, he'll roll a die to make his decision about what cards he's gonna activate. Let me set up the AI deck first. So I'll separate all the cards out by their symbols. And then just to make sure I don't miss something, I don't want to do it completely off memory and then play a whole game and realize I messed up. Okay, so I have the Dynasty cards. These are going to be sorted in victory point order with the stars counting as 5. So he has a bunch of 2s, a couple 4s, and then one that'll be a 5. So they'll go face down with the highest value cards on top. So this is going to be his Dynasty deck. This is how, whenever he gets stronger, so I can put that off to the side. On top of that, place the card with the circle on it face up, because when he gets this card, he'll turn into a nation. He's pretty much evolved from being barbarian type nation to an empire, sorry. And then on top of that, all the moon cards. That'll go face down. These are just random. So these are more of his nation cards. That'll just go up on top there. Now for the rest of the deck, I'll shuffle these up to have the little blank symbol on them. And then I'll put one card under each number. So this is going to be his regular draw deck. And then I'll just pop that here. His cards. So he doesn't start with any resources. He doesn't need action markers or exhaust. His Carthaginians card here, so that way I can put cards to his history underneath that. Yeah, so now that the commons is set up and the AI is set up, I can see how much room I have to play with. So let me separate out my cards real quick with... Luckily the symbols are very easy to see, and just make sure I get all my blanks, my starting cards. Moons are my nation cards. Okay. So I have my yeah. So I'm playing the A side of the Celts. I can pop that. Let's go up here with the barbarian card right next to that with all my inventory. Maybe I can keep my markers up here. Well, actually, I know I want my nation, or there's my well, what do they call it, succession card. So when I find my Celtic gold, then I become an empire. So that's what drives me forward. All the ones with the stars are your development cards. Those don't need to be shuffled because when you get those, you can just pick and choose exactly what you want. My nation cards with the moon, give those a quick shuffle. I'll get these randomly. So this is what will go above my Celtic gold, and then make sure I didn't all my blanks in the corner. These are my starting cards. So I'll give these a quick shuffle. And then I'll draw 5 to start with. Alright, I have my action markers, my exhaust tokens, my resources. Everything's ready to go. That wasn't too bad. So right now I'm at 21 minutes since I started the stream, but you can probably knock out 5 of those minutes because of just talking and explaining. I was messing around with my camera, and yeah, it's really not too bad to set up, especially once you know what symbols to look for and where they go. The only thing I had to double check was the AI, but everything else, once you know where everything goes and how it's shuffled, especially for your nation, this is not too bad at all. So setup's a breeze, really. Okay, I do need the table for the Carthaginians because this table will tell me what they do whenever I flip their cards over. I'm just looking for their symbols and it'll just tell me. So this can take a little bit in the beginning, but once you start learning, their symbols, and it's like, oh, every time I see this, well, this happens. Like, it just gets faster and faster. So this will be a little bit off screen. It'll be right underneath their card here, just so I can see it really fast. And yeah, we're ready to go. So let's see what I started with. Got some unrest. I have glory. This is a way to get the fame cards. If I put regions out and then play this to abandon 3 of them, I can draw 2 fame cards and then pick one. See this Boudica. I'm probably gonna butcher a lot of these, but oh well. It says I gain a progress. Each other player abandon a region. Put this card into your history. So one-time use to user. She looks like a female William Wallace, Mel Gibson style. So this was a misprint. It's gray up here, but it's supposed to be yellow because it's a region for me. And yeah, it looks like I can place a card of your choice from your discard pile to the top of your deck, and then I can garrison a card. So I can just get cards to myself, but it's going to slow down going through my deck so I can become an empire. Cattle Raid, if the AI gets materials I could steal from him. Well, I get my own 2, and then I can steal one from him if he has a region out plus having actual material. If he's an empire first, then I can also steal a progress from him. And okay, so these are my first 5. So my whole thing, or at least for my main card, is to get lots of the green cards, which are going to be the uncivilized cards. I almost wish they would have switched this where it would have gone uncivilized, then civilized. Like, it seems, I don't know, I'm used to progress being left to right, so it seems like the opposite of progress. But No biggie. Let's see. Glory, won't be able to use that. I can get rid of my Unrest just to thin that out for my deck. Boudica won't be that great because the AI doesn't have a region out yet. So I'll save her. Also, a Cattle Raid, yeah, that'll give me material, but I have nothing to steal from. But I might still do it anyways. So, my first action, let's get rid of my Unrest. And I'm going to do it by discarding 2 cards. So, discarding Glory and Boudica. Pop that over there. So, this one will go to the commons. And I like this, the way this works, because there's a regular Unrest that the game starts with, but then we get our own 2 that we can add to this. And it's kind of cool because it shows as we grow and become stronger empires, as long as you're dealing with your Unrest, then there's way less of a chance that you're going to have a collapse of your nations. And it makes sense because we're growing and just becoming empires, and that becomes a non-factor towards like the second half of the game. But in the beginning, you have to be careful because if you acquire too many cards with the Unrest on them, and these empty out, well, that's one way to win though. If you want to take out your opponent and he's getting a bunch of Unrest cards. So, anyways, second action, I play Cattle Raid. So I'm going to gain 2 material. I could steal 1, but he doesn't have any regions or material. So then I'll go to my discard. And then I don't know if I want to play this card yet, because I don't have anything to garrison. And I'll just be putting a card back on top of my deck. I guess I can do Cattle Raid just to get more material. How many cards do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd rather draw these 5. Well, I would get a card anyways, but I want to speed up myself becoming an empire. So I'm not going to do a third action. I'll just discard that. And that'll be it. So now cleanup. I'm going to add a progress to a card in the market. So I want to make sure if there's any cards that have tokens of any type, then no one can exile them. So I'm going to do agriculture. It might entice him to grab it, but since I want to grab lots of uncivilized cards, then yeah, kind of want to save it out there. So clear my action and exhaust tokens. Discard any number of cards. I discarded that 1, and then draw back up to 5. So I already know I have 5 here. And then now the next time I draw 1, I'll be adding a card from my nation deck. So I'll go through these when it's back to my turn. So the AI, I'm going to roll the die. And I got a 3. So I'm going to pop that on there. The rules say remove the card, but it's easier just to leave it there. And then just skip it. So I'm going to flip over each one that wasn't rolled. So 1, 2, 4, and 5. And then just go through the chart here to see what happens. So first is advance. There's no advance on there. There is a symbol for the barbarian symbol. So it says, if able, spend 3 population to break through for tributaries, but they don't have any population. Otherwise, if able, spend 2 material to acquire civilized or uncivilized. I completely forgot for setup, any cards in the beginning that are civilized cards with no other symbol will start with the progress. So, alright. Fix that. Okay, so where was I? Otherwise, spend 2 material. He doesn't have any. Otherwise, gain 1 material and 1 population and put this card into history. So this card is done. He's already thinning out his deck. But now, well, he needs to put a region out. Once he puts a region out, I can use my cavalry to start stealing his material. So let's see, card number 2. See the exact same thing. So this is where when you start seeing the same thing over and over, it'll just become faster. So it's the same symbol. I already know he doesn't have the amount of materials. He's one short for pop. So then he just gets 1 and 1. And then this card gets put into the history. So see already the game's speeding up. Alright. The symbol I see first here will be for the region. It says discard the top card of the bot deck. So that just allows him to go through his deck faster to get his nation cards. Okay, and then it says play this region card. So I'll just add that somewhere there. Exile a card from the market. So exiling, he can exile these 2 that have the starting tokens on them. So what he'll do is he'll just go from left to right. So the first one he'll do is this one here. And then we'll redraw immediately. So now Jade Mask is the one that replaced it. If I have this, and it's an uncivilized card, so I might want to try to get this. It says draw up to 3 cards if able, then return a card to the top of your deck. So it lets me go through my deck faster, so that'll be nice. And okay, so that was that region. So the last card, Unrest. Unrest is easy. You just pop that in here. And that's it. So now, wherever he rolled, he's going to place a progress marker on the card above it. And then you're just going to slide this card to the number 1 slot. And from his draw deck, you're just going to refill all the way up to 5. So now he doesn't have any cards left. So when he's supposed to draw again, he'll add a nation card the same way I do. And that was it. That was his turn. Then it goes into solstice phase with the AI. I don't think, yeah, they don't deal with solstice. Okay. Quick fix. So the Carthaginians, I think there's only 2 races that they don't do the advanced tokens. So it says they're going to place 2 material instead. Because that's what their regular card does. So the AI tries to simulate the way they would play. So now this coinage card has 2 material and a progress, which at the end of the game, progress are just victory points. So even if I couldn't use the card, it's almost tempting just to grab it just for everything on it. Nice. Okay. So no solstice. So now back to my turn. So I have my cards. Let's see. I've got 1 unrest, 1 druids. So this one's pretty cool. It says I can choose. I can gain an advance or pay 1 population to break through for a uncivilized, or return an unrest to gain a population. So there's 2 ways to get cards. There's acquiring and breaking through. If you acquire the unrest that comes with it, you'll take that card in your hand. But if you break through, you just take the card without the unrest. So druids can be super strong as long as I have that population to get it. What else do I have? I have conquer. Choose. Pay 2 population to acquire a region or a tributary, or pay 3 population to break through for a region or a tributary. Now, regions never have unrest, so there's no reason to use the 3 population on here because you can just acquire it. So this is a good card just to get regions out. Tributaries are pretty cool too, but again, I just need more population. I have advance. Choose. Here's where I can use material. All that material I take and steal. I can pay 3 to acquire a uncivilized or civilized card, or pay 5 to break through for it. And Cauldron of Ceridwen. So I can exhaust to pay 1 progress to gain 2 population. Oh, so that can be a good way. So it seems like the Celts have lots of ways to convert their materials depending on what I need. So I want that Jade Mask. That can really help just get through my deck a little faster. So I'm gonna see what's the best way to do it. The Druids can help me get it, and so can Advance. But okay, so I think I'll use Advance to get it. But first, I'm gonna play the Druids. So that'll be my first action, and it says return an Unrest to gain 1 population. Now for my second so yeah, that'll get discarded. For my second action, let's play. All right, let me put my Cauldron out. So that one has a pin on the corner, so it stays out. So that'll be my second action. My third action, I will do Advance. And I think I might just play the 3 material to acquire the Jade Mask. Since I have Druids, I can just turn those into population. Ah, man. Now, you know what? In the beginning, I'll just pay the 5 material. So I'll take the Jade Mask without the Unrest. It'll go into my hand. Advance gets discarded. So that'll be my third action. I'll exhaust my Cauldron to make this progress marker into 2 population. And then these 2, I will just... Okay, so let me just do the cleanup in order. So now, first thing, place a... Oop, I need to replace this first card. So it's a jungle, so since it's a region, this Unrest can just go back to the Unrest pile. So lots of regions out there. And then I can add a progress to a card out here. I'll just put it on agriculture. I really need to take yeah, I'll definitely try to take that next time. So I'll clear all my exhaust tokens and action markers. So I'm just going to start saying clear my tokens. I'll discard any number of cards. So I'm going to discard Conquer. I'm going to keep the Jade Mask. And then I'll draw back up to 5. So I don't have a draw deck anymore. Let me put this down here instead. Since I'll keep this as my draw pile. So I'm going to take the top card of my nation deck. And I got a region. So it says Hibernia, if I'm saying that right. I may draw a card from my discard pile, and I may garrison a card. And it gives me one of these like wheat symbols, but that only activates if another card is looking for him. So that'll just get put in my discard pile, and I'll shuffle these up, and then draw back up to 5. Alright, so I have 1. So we have Cattle Raid, Boudica, Glory, and the Druids. Oh, sorry. So that was my turn. And now the AI. So roll the die. A 3. So card number 1. Let's see, maybe I'll keep this one there. I have Glory, and there's a specific slot for Glory. It says abandon. So their Glory is the same as mine. They're going to abandon 3 regions, and they're going to gain the top card of the Fame from the Fame deck. if they can't do that because they don't have 3 regions, they only have, so right now they only have 1. They're going to break through for a region. Okay, so yeah, and then that'll get put in its discard pile. So they're going to break through for a region. There's 3 regions, but only this one has a victory. It has a victory point printed on the card. The other one's blank. The other one's blank. If it would have had like advancement tokens on it, then that might cause the AI to try to grab it, but it'll try to take the one with the most victory points. So it'll get whatever cards it gets, it'll go face down. Just like with me, it goes in my hand, well, it'll go into their draw pile. So a little different, but not just like me. So that first spot gets replaced with leadership. So this is cool. Free play. It doesn't cost a action. Choose draw a card or put a card from your hand or discard pile into your history. So this can be really awesome to thin out your deck. But it does come with some unrest. Alright, next card. Prosperity. They do have a slot for Prosperity. Discard the top card of the bot deck, so that region you just got gets discarded. Then he'll gain 1 population and 1 material per region in play, which right now he only has 1. But he's, oh man, so if I let him build up regions like crazy, he'll be getting 1 pop, 1 material every time for each one. Then it says you may draw a card, as in me, like I may draw a card, which I will. And I got the Hibernia, that new card I just got. Alright, it's card 4. It's a region card, so he'll discard the top card of the bot deck. Now he doesn't have a card. Let me just double check, because I think if he ever has to grab one, he just takes one from his little nation area. Let's see. When resolving a card, take the topmost action, blah, blah. Where do we go to? Okay, if the bot would normally draw a card, then instead of take the top card from the bot deck, if able, place it on to the bot discard. The bot ignores any effect that would make it discard a card. Oh, from like me. Where does it talk about it? Like, it's got to be somewhere. All the rules are just on one page, so. Because I know on cleanup, so it says for cleanup, if the bot deck is empty and you would normally add a card from the bot deck to a slot, move the top card of the dynasty deck into the bot discard, and then shuffle the bot discard to form a new bot deck, and then continue adding cards to slots as normal. And this saying to, oh well, if I'm just discarding, then it doesn't do anything. It's only, so that only happens at the end when I draw up. So since he has nothing to discard, he just won't do that. So then he'll play this region. I'm just gonna keep these in stacks at 3 because I know when Glory comes out, he's just gonna abandon them. And then exile a card from the market. He's going from left to right, so he exiles that leadership. So that's a bummer. And mercenaries come out. So only Empire, and it says free play, pay 1 population to gain an action. Great. That leadership would have been awesome, but it just came out in the wrong slot. I should have known better. Okay, and then last card, Unrest, that just goes away. He's going to put 2 more material on coinage. So now there's 4 on here. I'm almost. Oof. Alright, no solstice for either of us, so back to my turn. So how do I want to do this? I need to get that agriculture. Yeah, I don't have any unrest, so now I can. Well, okay. First, my first action. Let me play Jade Mask. So I'm going to draw up to 3 cards of Able, which I can. Then return a card to the top of your deck. So let me return Conquer. Alright, as my second action. Alright, I need to get the agriculture. Where is it? Where are my druids? There you go. So I'm going to pay 1 population to break through for this one. So I get those 2 progress tokens, and agriculture goes into my hand. I'll replace it with a shrine. So now I'm going to exhaust my cauldron to make this progress into 2 population. So now for my last action, so let me discard these cards. Ooh, man. I got a lot of choices now. So let me do Boudica since she's a one-time use. So I'm going to gain 1 progress. Each other player abandons a region, so one of his regions will just go into his discard. And then this card will go in my history. So now I just kind of thin down my deck a little bit and hurt the AI. And then I forgot. Well, yeah, I was supposed to put a exhaust token when I pulled that nation card when I drew back up. So it would have still been there. So, but it'll go away when I draw back up. Okay, so that's fine. It just uses one of my exhaust tokens. I don't have any more actions. None of these are free plays. But I'm just going to... Don't want to keep any for the next round. I don't have any material, so that's no good for advance. I need to put... Okay, so I'm going to keep Cattle Raid, and that might be it. So I'll just discard. Alright, so first cleanup. Let me put a progress out on the shrine. Clear all my markers. I'm going to discard these and draw back up to 5. So I only have 1 card. So I need to reshuffle, but I get to add 1 from my nation deck. Or Morica, if I'm saying that right. And it just allows me to garrison a card. So I put an exhaust token on my nation deck, showing that I've done it this round. I can't do it again until that thing gets removed. Quick shuffle. And I completely forgot. So when I acquired that the Uncivilized card, each other player exhausts my main card. He would have gotten an Unrest card. So I'm just going to give that to him now. Because that's going to slow down his game some. And then I also forgot to advance all the stuff. So let me put that there. He'll get another card. I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm skipping steps here. I get to him eventually. You know, oh well. I need to refill all these spots. Okay. So let me get the rest of my cards out. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so now his turn. Roll a die. Number 1. So let's go through all this. Unrest already. Glory. Abandon 3. He doesn't have 3, so he'll break through for a region. And there's 2 of them. None of them's tokens, so he'll take the one to the left. And that will go onto his draw pile. So let's see. The glory gets discarded. So now we have boats. If you get this, if you exhaust, choose. Recall a card with a water to gain 2 materials, 1 population, or recall one with a grain to gain an action. And it gives you victory points depending on how many grains and water cards you have. Okay, next card. Prosperity. Discard the top card from the bot deck. Gain 1 and 1 for each region in play. So he just gets 1 and 1. Luckily I got rid of the other one. And then I may draw a card. Yes, please. And then his last card. Jungle. So it's a region, so he'll discard the top card of his deck. He'll play Jungle. And then exile a card from the market, which will be this Mercenaries. So he's definitely just going through the main deck. He's speeding that up. Gets placed with the tributary card, Armenians. If you use this, I can acquire a breakthrough and then put this in my history, and they're 3 points. So they kind of go with my plan of just getting uncivilized cards. Alright, so now he rolled a 1, so he's going to put his 2 material on it. So now he can't exile that one if he's going left to right. Alright, so let me fill back up his stuff. I need to reshuffle, so another of his nation cards gets added. And fill this up. Solstice. I don't have anything for Solstice, so now back to my turn. Alright, so I have lots of population. Glory's not going to happen. I don't have any regions out. Let me start with my first action being Cattle Raid. So I'm going to gain 2 material. And then steal 1 from each player that has at least 1 region. So I get to steal 1 of his. Alright, so that'll be that. Action number 2. I can try to take that shrine. I'm going to play the Druids to pay a population to break through for this one. So that way, again, I don't have to deal with that unrest. So that's pretty nice. So thank you, Druids. I'm going to exhaust my Cauldron. Turn this advance or a progress token into 2 population. I still have 1 last action. Oh, I need to replace that. The Mysticism. If I get it, I can pin it, exhaust, gain an action. But then in Solstice, choose take an Unrest or discard 2 cards. But it's getting me a 4th action. That can be pretty strong. Do I have a way to get it? I can advance to get it. Let's see. Ooh, okay. I do want to... So I'm going to play Conquer. I'm going to pay 3 population to break through, and I get this tributary. So I get the Armenians. So let's see what replaces it. The River. You may put this card, or you may put a card from your discard pile into your history, exile a card from the market, you may garrison a card. So since it's a region, Unrest is not needed for that slot. So that was my 3 actions. So now cleanup, added progress to the market. I'll put it on Mysticism. Clear my tokens. Discard any number of cards. So what do I have to draw? 1, 2, 3. I have 4 cards. If I discard all of them, I'll get another nation card. So I'm just gonna do that. Let's try to get my good cards out. So I'll draw back up to 5. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, and since it's empty, I add 1. It's a unrest card. It looks bad right now, but again, once I get rid of it, there's just less chance that we're going to collapse. So it kind of shows that we're growing. So exhaust marker on that deck. And I still have to draw one more card. Got the Armenians. Alright, AI. A 1. So let's do this. We got a region card. Discard the top card of the bot deck. Play this region. And exile a card from the market. So he'll exile this river. And replace it with a civilized education card. So now he has 3. If Glory comes out, he's going to get a Fame card. But he got Prosperity. So he's going to discard the top card of the bot deck. He's just really trying to become an empire. And now he has 3 regions in play. So he'll get 3 population and 3 materials total. So that's rough. So let me turn some of these in so I get the little 5 markers. As a Celt player, I don't have any prosperity. So I can't, it's like, I don't get the benefits of having a bunch of regions out. Anything else for prosperity? Oh, I may draw a card. Yes. Alright, this one. Prosperity again. Oh, man. So one of his nation cards was a prosperity card. So now he's doing double prosperity. So he's getting another 3 and 3. So now he's going to have a total of 10 population. I need 3 more material. Oh, that's going to be rough. I do get to draw another card, though. And then last one. Dido, Queen of Carthage. First symbol are these barbarian ones. So if able, he's going to spend 3 of his population to break through for a tributary, but there are none out. Otherwise, if able, spend 2 material to acquire a civilized or uncivilized. So he goes by victory points when he's choosing. This one gives 2. The card has 2 on this one, but there's a progress token, so it gives 3. And then this one's 2. So he's going to take this coinage with all the materials on it, the progress tokens on it, and along with the unrest. So both of those will go into his draw pile with the unrest being on top. And then yeah, and then he just discards this. So because you only put into your history when it says otherwise gain 1 and 1 and put this card into your history. Oof. Alright, so let me replace the civilized card. Got the money lenders. Free play, pay 3 materials to gain an action. Okay. And since he rolled a 1, he'll put his materials on education. And then let me refill his cards. He needs to draw 1, so he'll get a new card. Gets a region. That would be great. Yeah, this is rough. I really need to... Yeah, I need to do Cavalry to at least take out one of his regions. That way he can't play his Glory card. Because I know it's coming up. No Solstice. Well, there is a Solstice phase, but nothing for me to do about it. Yeah, let me just do Cattle Raid real quick. So first action, I'm going to gain 2 material. And I can steal 1 from him because he has region. And Oh no, that just steals the material. I thought I'm pretty sure I have another card to. No, I thought I had it. Oh no, that was a one-time card. Oh no, there's nothing I can do about their all their regions. All right, so let's see. My second action, I'll play the Armenians. I'm going to acquire an uncivilized card and then put the Armenians into my history. So I'll get mysticism. I have to take the unrest with it. Go into my hand. And the next one, there's a town that can only be played during the barbarian phase. Alright, as my third action, I'll put mysticism down. So now I can exhaust it to gain a fourth action. Let's see. What do I have? All right, let me use some. I need to start doing like these location cards. All right, so this Amorica, and it says I may garrison a card. So there's plenty of unrest cards in here. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just going to garrison this unrest card under that one. Thin it out a little bit. So that was all my actions. Again, oh man, I really didn't remember this. So when I get a uncivilized card, each other player takes an unrest. Alright. I'm just gonna clean up, so add a progress to, let's do the town. Man, oh, that's rough. If I exhaust it, all players may gain 2 material. But it is points. Alright. So I'm gonna clear all my tokens, discard all my cards, and draw back up to 5. And AI's turn. A 2. So let's go. We have the symbol. If able, pay 3 population for a tributary. There's none out there. Otherwise, spend 2 material to acquire a civilized or uncivilized card. So what's the best one you can get? The let me see what he likes to acquire, because I don't know if his material will influence him. Okay, so acquire and breakthrough. It always chooses a card in the market that's worth the most points. In case of a tie, it chooses a card in the lowest numbered slot. So treat all stars as 5 points. Treat all question marks as being worth a higher value for this purpose. Treat each progress for adding 1 victory point. If the bot breaks through and there are no eligible cards in the market, it takes the top card from the appropriate deck. If it breaks through for a tributary card or a suit for which the appropriate deck is empty, reveal cards. Oh, I think I've been messing up. So I should have been spending his population to break through for those tributary cards and been drawing from the main deck. So yeah, let me spend 3 of those. So I kind of messed that up, but yeah, let me get a tributary card for him. Yeah, I should have, but now I know. So if it breaks through for a tributary card, which whenever he was playing these symbols, the barbarian symbols, you're supposed to be doing that. So that's how he's going to use this population. Okay. Or a suit for which is empty. Reveal cards from the main deck as normal. Yeah, because in the regular rules, if you do a breakthrough for a tributary or for a suit where the appropriate deck is empty, you reveal cards one by one from the top of the main deck until you find a card of your declared suit. Then you add it to your hand and then shuffle all the other cards back in there. Yeah. I just did it from the bottom instead of actually flipping one by one. I just got the first blue one I could find. But, okay. So, next card. So, that's good to know. This card, none of these symbols are on here. Oh, no, there's a pin. So, he'll gain a population and 2 material, and then this card will go into its history. So, I took coinage just to put it away. Next, Glory. Abandon 3 regions. So they do have 3 regions. That'll go there. To gain the top fame card. So they got great. At the end of the game, this will be 6 victory points for them, but that'll go on top of their draw. And yeah, that one gets discarded. And now a region. Discard the top card of this deck. Play this region. And exile a card from the market. So exiling boats. Replacing with Egyptians. And that same Egyptians will get 2 material. Since he rolled that too. So now I do have a solstice phase for my mysticism. It says I can choose take an unrest card or discard 2 cards. I will just I'll just take the unrest. I have my druids out. Okay, so back to my turn. Let's start with the druids. Pay 1 population. Oh, no. Not pay a population. Return an unrest to gain a population. Turn 2. Let me just put down agriculture for no reason, just to get out of my cycle. Action 3. Let's play advance. I want to pay 5 material to break through for an uncivilized or a civilized card. So I'll take town. And then I will exhaust mysticism to gain an action. And I'll actually play town. So now it says if I exhaust town. Oh, so let me exhaust my card. And because I got a uncivilized card and the bot will take a unrest. So now I'm going to exhaust town. And all players may gain 2 materials. So I will. I'm sure the bot will too. Let's see if I can convert some of their tokens so they can get 10 material now. Just loading up on those. Okay. What else can I do? Nothing else. Alright, cleanup. Add a progress. Oh, need to replace this. Diplomacy. So let me So that one I can pay 3 material to break through for tributary. So let me pop that there. And remove all my tokens. Discard those two. And reshuffle to 5, so I only have 1 card. So I'll add a card from my nation deck, put an exhaust token on there, shuffle up, and deal. So I got a location. That mysticism is cool of gaining a whole nother action. Cattle Raid, Celtica, Advance, and Britannia. Alright, AI, what are you covering up? A 5. So card 1, Unrest, that just goes away. You got... So the first symbol on this list going from top to bottom will be... There is a symbol for the tributaries, but that's at the very bottom. But up top, there's the barbarian symbol. So if Abel he's going to pay their 3 population to break through. The Egyptians are out here, so they're just going to take that one. And they'll gain this material on it. This one gets replaced with exports. Let's see. And then, yeah, then this card just gets discarded. Unrest will go away. Prosperity. So discard the top card of the bot deck. They only have 1 region out, so they're just getting 1 and 1 as far as materials and population. And, or was it? Yeah, and then I get to draw a card. Thank you. So they're going to put 2 material on this woodlands over here. This card will slide over and refill that. Solstice, I will discard 2 cards. So let's see. Ooh, the shrine is pretty nice. Let's do these 2 regions instead of taking Unrest. Well, actually, yeah. All right, fine. So my turn. Let's see. I have lots of material. I can get that diplomacy. Alright, first action, I'll play the shrine, which now it's kind of coming off camera a little bit. Guess I can lower that here. Play the shrine, and then it says I can exhaust this to pay a material to draw a card. Got Conquer. Ooh. Look them to Conquer. I want to advance as my second action. So I'm going to pay 3 material to acquire this diplomacy. So I'm taking the Unrest with it. So there's only 1 diplomacy card, or 1 uncivilized card left here, which is a town. Now when I have to refill this area, I just get whatever the next card from the main deck is. Oh, and I didn't do my town solstice. So it says you may gain 2 advance tokens, which I definitely do. And then if you do, either choose abandon this card or put it into your history. So I'm just going to put it in my history. Let me thin out my deck. I could abandon it and bring it back out and keep doing that a couple times since we're still early in the game, but yeah, that's fine. So for my third action, what do I want to do here? Can't use that. Can't use that. Well, I'll get rid of that unrest. Cattle raid give me a lot of material, which is nice. Okay, let me do cattle raid. I'm going to gain 2 material and then steal 1 from him since he has a region out. I'm going to exhaust mysticism to gain that 4th action and play. Let me play Conquer. I'm going to pay 3 population to break through for a tributary, but since there's not one, I'm going to flip this over and the first blue one I see on the bottom. So I get the kin. Well, I know it's not kin. It's like chin. Again, I'm not well versed in the world, so sorry. But I think it's chin. So if I lay that down, it gives me a passive ability, which is increase my hand size by 1. So that can be great. So that was Conquer. So that was all my actions. So cleanup. Let me add progress, and I'll just put it on the town, so I can just keep getting those greens. And again, when I acquired the shrine, I should have exhausted my Celts to give them an unrest card. Alright, so I added that to the market. Now I'm going to clear my tokens. Discard any number of cards. I'm going to keep that one, make my hand size bigger. And discard the rest of these. And draw back up to 5, so I just need to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I didn't keep it, ooh, I wasn't paying attention. That's fine. I have my Jade Mask, so I'll be able to go through it. Okay. Now, AI turn. A 5. We have a region. Discard the top card. Play this region. Exile a card from the market. So this export is replaced with Metropolis. We have Unrest. That'll just go away. Prosperity. Discard the top card of the bot deck. He doesn't have one. He has 2 regions, so he's going to gain 2 and 2 as far as region or population of materials. And then I may draw the top card of my. I may draw a card. So when can I only do that in the cleanup as far as putting a nation card, or is it just whenever I draw cards? Reshuffling. Oh, it's just any reshuffling. So add the top card. Yeah, I can just do that now then. So I'll add the top card. Put the exhaust token on there. So I'll shuffle up, and then that way I can draw my card. I get a region card. What was it going to say under the draw? Draw cards. Oh, never mind. In the draw cards, if I can't, then I just can't. So, which card did I just grab? Where's the moons? Man, okay. So see, I'm sure I've been messing that rule up plenty of times already. So if you can't draw cards, you can't draw more than what you don't have. Is that what I just read? So when you draw cards, you'll draw the indicated number of cards from your draw deck. If you need to draw more cards than you have left in your draw deck, draw as many as you can, then reshuffle following the procedure, which I think is for the reshuffling, and continue drawing cards. Some cards state draw the top card of your deck if able, or draw up to X cards if able. You may not draw cards more than are left in your deck. If you're okay, I think it's if they specifically say if able. But that one just says you may draw a card. So okay, I think I was right. So yeah, I'll just be getting a new card. Hopefully that's how I'm reading it. Where on both their little examples, if it says you can draw cards if able, but that means if you actually have a draw deck. So all right, put that there. Okay. Next card. They will spend 3 population to break through for tributary, so same thing. There are still plenty. And then, so he gets to keep those barbarian cards. Alright, so he's going to add 2 material to the last card here. This one slides over, starts refilling, needs to draw, so he gets a new card while he has his own tributary. Berbers. Alright, so boom, boom, boom. Now my solstice, I do have 2 solstice here. So for mysticism, either take an unrest or discard 2 cards. And then the shrine, it says you may discard a card to return an unrest from your discard pile. So first with the shrine, I'm going to discard this unrest to return an unrest from my discard pile. So just discard itself, you played yourself. For mysticism though, I think I'm just going to discard 2 cards. So let me do Glory and Britannia, since I'm still not going the region route. And back to my turn. So let me start out. First action, but out Chin. So now my hand size is increased by 1. So I need to make sure I remember to draw up to 6 from now on. Second action, play Jade Mask. Draw up to 3 cards if able. So like in that case, if I ran out. And then return a card to the top of your deck. So let me return Advance. Fourth action. Let's play my druids. I'm going to pay a population to break through for an uncivilized card, which right now is just town. And then I'll exhaust my Celts card to give an unrest to the AI. And I'll exhaust mysticism to do one more action. And I'm going to do diplomacy so I can pay 3 material to break through for a tributary. So the same way, I'm just going to go from the bottom and the first one. Syrians, as a free play, I gain a population. And then this will give me 3 points at the end of the game. So not too bad. Quick shuffle. And I will... Oh, and it's a free play, so I can just do it right now, even if you don't have any more actions left. So I'll play it, and I'll gain a population. Discard that. And that'll be it. So, pop an advance. Okay, so there's no more to draw from up here, so now it'll just be whatever comes from the main deck. which in this case is a region, the Cape. But now for my advance marker, let's put it on Metropolis. Yeah. Okay, so clear all my tokens. I don't have any cards to discard, so I'm just going to draw up to 6 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I was one card away from getting another nation card. And the bot turn. 4. What are you going to do, bot? First symbol I see is a pin symbol. So it's going to gain 1 pop. Or, yeah, I should have gotten rid of these. 1 population and 2 material. And then put this card in history. So just a one-time use. For this one, there is the tributary symbol. So it says discard the top 3 cards from the bot deck. So it's just trying to run through its deck faster. Become an empire. Glory. It doesn't have 3 regions, so it won't be able to abandon that. Otherwise, it just says break through for a region. There's 2 regions. Now, materials don't matter. So, none of them give victory points, and neither have advanced tokens on it for victory points or progress tokens. So, it's just going to go from left to right and take this one. So, I'll go on top. And gets replaced with gambling. Let's see, next card. Going with the barbarian symbol. So they're going to spend 5 population to break through for tributaries. And they're still... I mean, I can see there's only 2 left. So you won't be able to do that for that much longer. So we'll gain that. Man, that sucks for me too, that there's only 1 left. Alright, so now card number 4 gets its 2 material. Slides that down. Boom, 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 boom. Solstice. What do I want to do? So I may discard a card to return an unrest from my discard pile. And then my mysticism, I will just discard 2 cards, I believe. Let me see these locations. Yeah. Okay, and back to my turns. So let's see what we have here. So I know there's only 1 more tributary card in there. I could break through to grab it. Alright, so I'm going to exhaust my cauldron to turn one of these progress markers into 2 population. And my first action... Oh, I haven't been doing this... Well, not that I've had a bunch of material, but my shrine, I could have been exhausting it every round to pay material to draw a card. So that's great. But, okay, so first action, let's play Conquer. I'm going to pay 3 population to break through. And I know there's only 1 left. Just have to find it. This Aksumites. When I play it, gain 4 material. And at the end of the game, 1 victory point per tributary. So it's good that I took it away from the AI because... I don't know, he has at least like 4 of these, so that would have been like a little 4-pointer. So no more tributaries. So I know if he draws a card that says try to break through, then he just can't do it anymore. Then he'll start trying to spend all his material he has for civilized and uncivilized cards, which isn't that great either. So that was one action. Action number 2. Well, so I don't. Okay, I need to play Cattle Raid. So I'm going to gain 2 and steal 1 from him. And then for my third action, I want to pay 5 material to break through. So I'm going to play advance, pay 5 material, break through, and get another uncivilized card. So this one gives me material. I'll take gambling and then replace that with a mountain, so that unrest goes back. I'll exhaust my Celts card to give AI an unrest. I will exhaust mysticism to play this Axumites. So I just gain 4 material. And then I have gambling as a free play. It says I can pay 1 material and declare one of the following. So essentially one of the symbols. I know there's no more tributary, so I can definitely never claim that, but I'll reveal the top part of the main deck. If it matches, I add it to my hand, otherwise exile it. So let me go for civilized cards, because I don't have any civilized cards at all, and I haven't been getting ready for it. Yeah, so I'll say civilized. And it was invasion. Ooh, well, that would have been cool. But it's an uncivilized card. So I don't get it, just gets exiled. Done with gambling. Alright, so now I'll clean up. Add my progress token on. Let's do Metropolis. Remove all tokens. Discard any number of cards. I don't have any. And then draw up to 5. So last card of my nation deck before I get my gold. So I need to put a X on that still. And then I'll draw my 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm definitely not using this agriculture card. At least I need to get it for the victory points. I need to get the ones with like the wheat symbol on there. I just haven't been doing that. If I can get 5 cards with wheat symbols, that'll be 10 points. So yeah, I have 1 wheat symbol, so really I just need 4 cards. But okay, so I have my 6 cards. AI turn. 3. First card, a region. So discard top card. Play this region. Exile a card, so it's going to do the money lenders. Replace with temple. Next. The tributary. There's going to discard 3 cards from his deck. It's helping him become an empire faster. I have another region, so same thing. Discard top card, play the region, and exile a card. So that temple that just came out is replaced with corruption. And last one, so this So I know there's no more tributaries in there, so he can't break through by spending 3 population. So now he's going to start spending his material. He can spend 2 to acquire a civilized or uncivilized card. So let's see. This one will give 2 points. This is at 4 points and 2 points. So he's going to grab Metropolis. And all that will go on there. And that space gets replaced with Oracle. He rolled on number 3, so he's going to pop 2 material on there. Slide this over. Refill this. Alright, now Solstice phase. So for Mysticism, I'll take my Unrest. And then with Shrine, I'll discard a card to return an Unrest to the discard pile. So that combo is pretty sweet. Because now I can just take it as long as I don't have other Unrest. And then just use it to get rid of itself. So she can do her Mysticism in the Shrine and be safe. So now back to my turn. Let's see. Alright, I need to get this woodlands, so I need some population. So let me exhaust my cauldron. I'm going to turn one of these progress into 2 population. Because with my conquer card, I can pay 2 to acquire a region. Yeah, that's all I need. I don't need a breakthrough for it. So I'll play conquer as my first action. Pay those 2. I get all this material from it. And take woodland. And replace it with floodplain. So let's see now. Man, pretty soon I'm going to have to play these regions and start garrisoning these barbarian cards once I get my gold. Diplomacy is a waste now. I'm going to have to, because no more tributaries. So I'm going to have to garrison that one too. So maybe I should start doing that. So my second action, play Britannia, and I'll garrison diplomacy. I can even do glory, but then I get all my cards back. And you keep getting the green card. So let's see. Third action, let me play advance. I'm going to pay 5 material to break through and grab this Oracle. And that gets replaced with Onager? Onager? I don't know how to say that. It looks like the catapults. It's an Empire card. I'm going to exhaust Mysticism to do a 4th action. Okay, well first, before that, Oracle's a free play. I can draw 2 cards and discard one of them. So Syrians and Druids. I'm going to discard Druids because the Syrian's a free play. So I can play that to gain a population. Alright, so now exhaust Mysticism. Well, first exhaust Shrine, because I need to start doing this. I have a lot of material. Pay 1 material to draw a card. And then now Mysticism for the extra action. I'm going to put down the town. I can exhaust it. All players may gain 2 material. So I know they will. I will too. Because in Solstice I can get rid of it for progress points. And alright. Clean up. Progress. Let me put it on. Huh. I don't know. Maybe Onager. So return all markers. I'm going to discard all my cards so I can draw back up to 6. And AI's turn. A 2. Whoa. We have a region card. So discard the top card of the bot deck. They can't play the region, exile a card from the market. So they're going to exile this mountains card and gets replaced with a port with some unrest. Next, on the Metropolis, this one will just be getting them a population and 2 material, and then go into their history. Then we have, looking at the barbarian symbol here, so they're going to spend 2 material to acquire a civilized or uncivilized. So 2 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. So they're going to take this onager. That'll go on top of their deck here. They keep that. And last one, this one where they just, the tributary card, discard the top 3 cards of their deck. They only have 2. Oh, I didn't replace this. Oasis. Alright, so now I need to turn in some materials for them so I can have change. So now they're going to pop 2 materials on that second card. Slide that down. They need a new card, so one from their nation deck. And now their next card, if they get this one, they'll become an empire. So we're kind of pretty close to the same pace. Replace this stuff. Solstice. So this one I would take an unrest. That one I can discard it to get rid of it. And then the town says I may gain 2 progress. And then abandon this card or put it into history. I'm just going to put it into my history. And my turn now. I need more of those little wheat symbols. I don't see it. Whoops. Alright, first let me do my shrine to pay 1 material to draw a card. Got gambling. So that's a free play. I can pay 1 material and call out a type. Let's go with uncivilized, so green. Nope, so location or region. So I just exile it. So for my first action, play Jade Mask. Oh, no, it's not going to work because it says draw up to 3 cards if able. So in this case, I wouldn't be able to do it. So that card's actually useless right now. I need to start putting away these barbarian cards that I won't be able to use. But before that, do I need to do Cattle Raid? Yeah, I'll get 3 more. Yeah, alright. So, first action, Cattle Raid. Take 2 material and steal 1. Second action, let's do this. Hibernia. You may draw a card from your discard pile, and I may garrison a card. So, let me see if I could do Glory. Yeah, I'm starting to run out of room here. Okay. So I'll draw that card, and I can garrison a card. Let me garrison Conquer. Doesn't matter, though, because for my third action, I'm going to play Glory. So I'm going to abandon these 3 regions I have out, including all the cards underneath them. Look at the top 2 cards of the Fame deck. Draw 1, put 1 back. So first, I have Notorious. Says free play. Steal one progress from each other player. Anyone unable to takes an unrest, and then it scores one victory point per unrest scored by other players. I mean, even if I'm just stealing progress points, that's pretty cool. And the other one is awe inspiring. I get 7 points. Passive, increase your hand size by 1. Ooh. I gotta have a hand size of 7, which could be like really nice. Just give me lots of options. And just go through my deck faster, so I think I'm just gonna do the awe inspiring. So this one, just shuffle that back in with the rest. So now I will exhaust Mysticism to gain 1 action. And let me put Awe Inspiring out. So now my hand size is 7. Kind of need. Do I need population for stuff? Like, yeah, I do. So let me exhaust my cauldron to exchange a progress into a population. Okay, so now, did I get a green card? No, I don't think I did. Okay, make sure I didn't forget my the Celts exhaust. Yeah, so I will clean up, put a progress on the port. I'm going to discard all my cards, so let me remove all my tokens. Huh, I gave myself a 6 exhaust token. I'm only supposed to have 5, so. And draw back up to my hand size. So now I find my gold. So now that's in my discard. I'm no longer a barbarian nation. I am an empire nation. So now a lot of those, my cards that have the barbarian symbol on them, I can't use them. But I did unlock my development. So now the next time I go through it, if I can put a exhaust token on the development, I can get these, my stronger cards in my empire. Man, this is one of those games like I have no idea how I'm doing. Hopefully I'm going in the right direction as far as points go, and kind of messing him up sometimes by giving him unrest because that like slows him down a little bit. But if it's gonna be enough, I don't know. See, I'll put his other regions there. Just blind everybody. Yeah, you just can't even see it, but all right. Got okay, so 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. AI turn. What are the Carthaginians gonna do? A 2. Yeah, so they're still barbarian. So unrest goes up there. So no breaking through for tributaries. So they're gonna spend 2 materials. So let me get some change back. So I'm gonna get 3 of these guys to acquire civilized or uncivilized. So 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. So now I just go from left to right, and they'll take this one on top of their deck. And I got a city. Man, this deck is getting low here. So there's only 5 cards left. So once those are gone, we'll finish that round and then do one more round, and then that's it. So that kind of snuck up on us. I know this one, they just discard the top 3. 1, 2, 3. And then same thing. 1, 2, and 3. They'll put their 2 material on this second card. Slide it over. Alright, so Solstice. I'll take my Unrest. I'll use it to discard it. And nothing else gave me anything. So back to my turn. Got a lot of stuff here. So free play. Arisians to just give me my 1 population. Definitely take that. And I have to make sure, so like I have Conquer here. I can't play that anymore. I have an Unrest card too. So my first action, let me play my Druids to return this Unrest to gain a population. Thank you, Druids. Okay, so let me play my second action. Play Britannia, and I may garrison a card, so I'll do that Conquer card since I can't use it. Gambling's a free play, so I'm gonna pay 1 material, and I will say Uncivilized. Alright, so it was a city. So my third action, or real quick, let me exhaust my shrine to pay material to draw a card. Ooh, okay, so my third action, I drew Jade Mask. So it says I can draw up to 3 cards if able, then return a card to the top of your deck. So really, overall, just getting 2 cards out of the deck. So I got a region, another region, and Conquer. And then I will return that one of these regions back. I'll exhaust Mysticism to gain an action and put down let's see, this location, Hibernia, and put Conquer underneath that one since I can't use it. So that'll be my 4 actions. I don't think I need any more population right now, so I want to use my Cauldron. Let me turn in some of these progress tokens. Get a 5-er here. Okay, so cleanup. Let me claim the city. Clear all my tokens. And I'm trying to think, did I... Yeah, I got the city card, so I need to remember this stuff. Right? Did I play a... Oh, no. I got it by gambling. I didn't acquire or breakthrough for it, so I can't do my Celts thing. Okay, so I'll discard all those and then draw back up my 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, AI. A 5. What are you doing? You have a region, so you're going to discard the top card. Pop that region down, so now he has 2 sets of 3. And then he's going to exile a card. There's only 1 card without anything on it, so it has to be that one. Just gets replaced with another region. So that actually works for me. There's a wheat symbol on it. So if I can get that, and that'll essentially make it 2 points for my agriculture card, then that'll be something to look at. Unrest goes back. Still doing this. Alright, so he's going to pay 2 material to acquire a civilized or uncivilized card. So 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. So he's just going to grab the city. And then it gets replaced with Elders. Let's see, last card for him, Unrest. And then this Coast Guard, the Coast card, he'll put the 2 material and everything will slide down and get refilled. Yeah, so AI's turn can get kind of quick towards the end. Like, you just start seeing the same stuff over and over. But it all goes like with this plan. Alright, Solstice. Do I have Unrest? Alright, so I'll take Unrest, then use it to get rid of it. And that'll be it. So now just back to my turn. So I can set up Glory to get more of the Fame card. I can't do Oracle because that's a Barbarian card. Alright, so let me play Belgica Location card as my first action. It says I may draw a card, I may garrison a card. So I just... Not that it's going to matter because I'm going to play Glory right now to... Where is it? Okay. To abandon 3 locations. So 1, 2, 3. Let me put this up here. Alright, kind of rearrange my stuff. To look at the top 2 cards of the Fame deck. So let's see, Notorious. We already saw that one. But this one is new for us. We have Glorious. Free play. If we're Barbarian mode, draw up to 4 cards. If Empire, develop at no cost. Put this card into your history. Oh, man. Oh, that's... Yeah, I'll definitely get that one. Even though he's been getting a lot of Unrest, the other one could still work too. But yeah. So now, okay, so that was Glory. For my third action, let's play that Glorious card, and since I'm Empire, I can develop at no cost. So when you develop, wow, all of mine are 4 points. That's pretty cool. It's just a matter of what I want to do. What's the most expensive one? They're all 4 or less combination of material and population. This guy gets points for each what is it? Uncivilized card, just like my main card. So I'm essentially just doubling up on that. Hey, passive, increase my hand size by 1. Make my hand size 8. I mean, I guess it makes me get through my deck faster to get these cards, but I feel like the game's going to end, I don't know how many rounds. It just depends on if they try to grab stuff. Oh, and then I exhaust it. You may put a card from your hand into your history. You may put a card from your discard pile into your history. Whoa, that could be really cool. Alright, let me take that. Because I'm still getting 4 points for it. Alright, so I'm going to exhaust Mysticism as my 4th action and put that one down. So now my hand size is... I'm going to put all their landmarks way over here. So my hand size is 1 more. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So then I'll exhaust this. It says you may put a card from your hand into your history. So like Oracle. Just quit clogging up my hand. You may put a card from your discard pile into your history. So I'm just going to look for all the ones with barbarian symbols. Yeah, that'll be really nice. Just thin out my deck. 2 cards every round if it's lined up right. Alright, let me exhaust Shrine. I'm going to pay material to draw a card. I think that'll be it. So, cleanup. Let me put a progress token on Elders. Now, if he tries to exile anything, they all have tokens, so he just can't exile it. So that'll kind of slow down that deck. Alright, take off tokens. I'm going to discard all my cards. And draw up to my 8, really. So 1, and then I'll get to develop because I have a token I could put on there. And I have lots of materials and everything. So let's see. This won't give them unrest as I acquire more cards. I'm going to take this one. So it's a one-time use. I may acquire anything, then it goes in my history, but I get 1 victory point per uncivilized card, which the rest of these are 4 points. So this one's definitely more because heck, I have 3 just on the board, and I mean all these are on my discard, so I can see. Because right now that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So that'll go in my discard, and I'll shuffle up and then draw back up. So I have 7. Oh, and then I have cards in my history. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I don't need any more of the uncivilized cards because I've maxed out that card that I just got and my Celts card. So already that's 20 points in the game. So I should look for other cards. I need to play smart. Yeah, like I never even saw like this chin card. The way they make their points, it says 1 victory point per pin card in play, excluding regions. So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I mean that's 2 points. But if I were to get more pin cards out there that are not regions, then they just build up more. So, anyways, all right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus my 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, AI's turn. A 4. Tributary, so just discarding 3 cards. Unrest goes up here. Okay, something a little different, so let me make sure I go through it right. So I think it's just going to be the pin symbol. So they get 1 population and 2 material, and then put this card into history. And then last one, their fame card. So they're going to gain 1 and 1. So their material and population. And then this card gets put into their history. And that'll be it. So 2 materials on card 4. Let's get slid down. So now they're getting their Ascension card, which makes them in the Empire phase. So now they're not going to use this Barbarian page anymore. I'm going to flip this over in the book as just another section, but now they're going to play a little bit differently because, yeah, they're just, they're an Empire now. They don't have to do Barbarian actions. Okay, so fill that up. Solstice, do my little combo for the unrest, so nothing really happens. And back to my turn. Let's see here. So let me do my free play to gain a population. And then, so I'm going to exhaust my Ogham script here. So I may put a card from your hand into your history. So I'm going to do the diplomacy, since that's useless for me. Whoops. And then you may put a card from your discard pile into your history. So, yeah, this thing's a free play and giving me 1 population, but I just want to see if I can cycle through my deck faster. Alright. Maybe I can set up for another... what's it called? Glory card. Okay. I'll figure it out. So, first action, I'm going to play this one-time use guy that I got for a region, and then he'll go in my history. And I want this coast here, just because it has this little wheat symbol, so it'll make my agriculture card stronger. So I get replaced with Steppy. I don't know. Might want to try to grab that one too, because there's a agriculture. It's all out because of nice green artwork on it. So that was one action, was playing that guy. My second action, let me start putting out these locations. So I'll put the coast out and draw a card. Okay. Exile a card from the market. So it doesn't say you may, it just says exile a card. So it's going to have to be this last region I put. So now we have the forest. You may garrison a card. Let's see. Sure, I'll just garrison that city card I drew. My third action, Belgica. You may draw a card. You may garrison a card. So I drew Conquer, so I'll garrison Conquer. And then exhaust, or let me exhaust my shrine to pay a material to draw a card. And then I'll exhaust Mysticism to gain 1 action. So I'm going to play Armorica. Says you may garrison a card. So garrison another Conquer. So now I have 3 regions. So if I get my Glory card, I can get another Fame card. Okay, so clean up. Progress on. Let's do the last one just so they can't exile anymore. Clear all tokens. I discard all my cards and then drawing back up to 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only have 1 card left, so if I can make myself draw and develop again, that'd be nice. Even more points. Alright, AI. A 1. So now I kind of have to relearn this, but you know it's not too hard. Tributary card. They don't have a symbol on here, so now they're not going to do that whole draw 3. So they just go to the other on the bottom here. So let's put this card into history. So now all tributaries will just go straight into history. What is this? Okay. If able, spend 2 material or spend 2 population to gain a progress. So he's going to spend 2 material. So now he's going to be converting his stuff into points. And I take an unrest. That's totally messed up, man. But luckily I have ways to get rid of it in my solstice. Hey, a tributary. Oh man, this is going to be fun. So that gets history, 2 material for progress. I take an unrest. Glory. Alright, let's see. Yep, they're going to abandon 3 regions to take the top card, and they got Triumphant. So this one says cannot be played, cannot be garrisoned. It's really just straight up 11 points. So he just did a 11-point move on that one. That sucks. Yeah, so he played Glory very well. And now, so the barbarian symbols are going to play a little different here. So it says gain one material, discard the top card of the bot deck, and then put this card into history. So he's going to start getting rid of his barbarian cards. So now spot number 1, we'll get 2 materials there. And I'll refill his areas here. Great, so now I have all these cards. Or the couple of unrests that he's going to be giving me until all his tributaries are gone. So Solstice. So now, with the Shrine, I'm going to discard that unrest to get rid of it. And Mysticism, I'll actually discard 2 cards. I think I made a mistake earlier because did I? Oh, man, I can't. Let me see. I feel like I played this card and did the develop at no cost, but I didn't put it into my history. Because why wouldn't have I played this right away? So I'm just going to put that in my history and then draw another card to replace it. Okay. Luckily, the unrest aren't that big of a deal to get rid of. But, okay. First action, playing. Well, let me see. So I'm going to do my script. So I put a card from my hand into my history. So let me do the cattle raid. And then one from my discard into my history if I want. Let's do this guy. Let me exhaust my shrine to pay 1 material to draw a card. So since I need to draw a card, I can develop. And what do I want to develop? Chariots is kind of cool. I can acquire exiled regions. Your conquer and attack cards lose the barbarian icon, so that way I can still use them. That's kind of cool. All right, so I'll do that. It costs 3 population to develop chariots. So now I can use my conquer and attack cards that have the barbarian symbol, and I can look through the exile for regions. And yeah, I was doing all okay, so I don't get that in my hand. I have to reshuffle that and then draw one. So I was doing my shrine, and I got my chariots. All right, so now my first action. Let me play my chariots. Second action, let's play Glory. Abandon 3 regions to look at the top 2 cards. So I have Triumphant, which will be straight up 11 points. And then Notorious, which is a free play, and steal one of. It'll be like a 2-point swing because if I'm stealing one of his progress, that would be nice. Yeah, I think I might take. Oh man, but 11 points can be pretty awesome. And then if I just put this card in my history, that'll work out great too. I think I'll just take the 11 points. So that'll go in my hand. Okay, so third action. Let's see. Well, first, all right, rewind that. So free play gambling. I'm gonna pay a material and say this is a region. Nope. Exiled. Don't want to do that. Oh, I have an unrest. I didn't realize that. So third action, I'll play this unrest by just discarding 2 cards. And then exhaust mysticism to gain 1 action. I'll play the woodland region. So it says you may draw a card of your choice from your discard pile and place it on top of your draw deck. Is there one I even really want? Conquer, I guess. Get those regions out. Now that I can play Conquer. You may garrison a card. Let's see. Garrison a Jade Mask. I don't really feel like using it anymore. Oh, I get a point if it's in my history. I need to use a script to do that. I will garrison one of these regions. Why not? Okay, so cleanup. Place a token. We'll just put it on the forest. Why not? Alright, so discard all tokens. I should have had an exhaust token here, but it gets discarded right now. That one too. I'm gonna discard all cards and then draw back up to my 8. So 1, 2, 3. I will develop again. So let's do chainmail and pop a exhaust token on there. So chainmail costs 3 material, 1 population. So chainmail, its passive effect says when I play a card with the like an attack type card, I just gain a progress. So give me another point. Alright, so I need a whoops. Dropped a card. Alright, so it's 25 more cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And AI turn. 2. So let's see. Unrest, that goes away. Prosperity. No prosperity on this Empire side, so he just goes to other. So put this card into history. A Fable, spend 2 material to gain a progress. And then I take an unrest. Okay, let's see here. We have I think just a pin symbol for his city of Carthage. Gain 2 materials. So let me see if I can do 2 separate material. Yep. And put this card into history. Easy. And unrest, so he just gets rid of that. So card number 2 gains 2 more material. So let me put a 5er on this. There's 6 material total on this card. But nobody wants it. So let's refill his other cards. Solstice, the Shrine. I may discard a card to return a Unrest from your discard pile. And then for Mysticism, I'll just discard 2 cards. So let me discard this and that. And now back to my turn. So still no in games yet. Now if I only have one more card. I think if I get that card, that'll trigger it. Which wouldn't be a bad way to trigger the end games by me getting all my nation or my development cards. A player develops the last of their development card. Yep. So let's see here. What can I do? Let's play Conquer since I can do that now. That's my first action. I'm going to pay 2 population to I'm going to acquire a region, but I can acquire from the okay from the discard if I want to because of the Chariots card, but the forest has a couple progress on it, so I'd rather just take those. So still conquering lands, and then a Sacred Pass. Alright, so that was one action. So let me do some exhausting stuff. So the script, I'll put the Triumphant card in my history, and one from my hand in my history. And just keep thinning out my deck. Alright, let's see. Do the Shrine, so pay 1 material to draw a card. Glory. So if I can put out 2 locations and then as my 4th action to Glory, I can get another Fame card. So let me do that. So second action, play the Forest. Exile a card from the market. I only have 1 option, and it'll get replaced with Shadoof, however you might say that. That one gets an Unrest under it. And then you may garrison a card. No real need for that. Third action, my other location. You may draw a card from your discard pile. You may garrison a card. No thank you. And then Mysticism to do my 4th action of Glory. So these 3 regions are abandoned. It says look at the top 2 cards, but there's only 1 card left, so I will take this one. So now, since this one's a free play, I can do it, and it says steal a progress from each other player, and then if unable to, they take a region, but they have plenty of progress for me to take. Let's see, no more free plays here. I think that might be it. Yep. So adding progress to the market. I'll just put on the last one there. Clear all tokens. I'm going to discard my entire hand and draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to develop, and oh no! So I planned very poorly here. So if you try to develop and you can't pay that cost, you just don't get to develop. So I actually didn't trigger the end game right now. Even if I would have exhausted this for the 2 population, I would have been 1 material short. That's how great of a player I am. I just shuffle my cards up. And what do I draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and draw 2 more. Jeez. What awesome planning to trigger the in-game here. give the AI more time to just build up whatever you're doing. Alright, AI turn. 5. So what are you gonna do? I don't see that one. I do see this Empire one. So if able, acquire a civilized or uncivilized. Otherwise, gain 1 progress, and I take an unrest. So, all right. So let's go through the points. This one, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. Now it's going to count as a 5 plus 6 points. So he'll actually take this one. So he's going to acquire this one. So that goes on top of this stuff. So now he just put the last card from the main deck out. So after this round, we're going to do 1 more round, and that's it. So we have urban development. Okay, so I need to keep going. This one, he's going to gain 1 material, discard a card from his deck, and then put this card in history. Alright, let's see. We have the attack symbol first. Breakthrough for tributary. You can't do that. Put this card into history. I abandon a region and may draw a card. So I don't have any regions out, but I will draw a card. Yeah. And the last one. This will just be an other. It gets put into his history. He's going to spend 2 material for 1 progress. So let me give him, turn in 4 and give him 5. Alright, so then this last one, he'll put 2 material on it. Refills these cards. Solstice, do I have any unrest? So yeah, I'll get an unrest and do my thing and get rid of it. So now, since it's empty, like I said, the end game's triggered. I have to... We're just going to play 1 last round, including the Solstice, and then that's it. So it's just a matter of... How many cards do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Oh, man. Alright. I guess we'll just see what I can do here. Well, that card won't give me anything. Draw a card, exile, blah, blah, gambling. That won't work anymore. The city. So let me play my Jade Mask. I'm going to draw up to 3 cards if able, and then return a card to the top of my deck. So I'll return this region. I'm going to exhaust the script. So I may put a card from my hand into history. And I'll just do that, and I can do the same with my discard. So I'll do that Jade Mask, because that one will give me a point if it's in my history. If it's not in my history, I don't get anything. So that was 1 action. As a free play, I can play Notorious to steal a progress. Yes. Thank you. What will give me the most points here? Oh, maybe I should look. There's... So 2 points, 2 points, 2 points because of progress, and this one's 2 points per like house symbol. So I know I have so like these symbols on cities. If I just have them, I think might have a couple. No, towns don't have symbols. But either way, that one would be 2 points. Can I get the stuff to get my last card? I think I can. So I'm going to exhaust my cauldron to pay a progress to get 2 population. And then if I just get any of those cards, they all have materials. So it's just a matter of if I have a card to do it. Which I don't think I do. That's huh. Well, let me see. I'll exhaust my shrine to pay my one material to draw a card, and that one doesn't work. All right. Second action. I'm gonna play the woodland. I may draw a card of my choice from my discard pile. Oh no, it doesn't work. Is there anything where I can draw? Just draw my discard pile. You may draw a card. Draw a card. I guess I'll do my draw card. So second action. Play the coast. Draw a card. Exile a card from the market. You make garrison a card. That doesn't really matter. I did get Conquer though, so if I want to acquire like this region, that'll give me a bunch of material, but I lose my population. Well, shoot, I won't be able to develop my last card because I can't just get 2 material. I've been spending it all. Hopefully for the better. Yeah, so oh man, okay. Third action. Other region. I may draw a card. Got the druids. I may garrison a card. But and then I can exhaust for a fourth action. I'll just play the druids to get a progress. Well, oh, actually, I'm gonna play them to pay a population to break through for an uncivilized card. So this one, I'll get 2 points and 2 materials. Same with this one. So I don't think it really matters. And that might be it. All right. So I'll put a progress. So this unrest will just go away then. So I'll put a progress somewhere. Pop, pop, pop. There. Clear all my tokens. Let's finish out this last and final round. So I'll discard a number of cards, draw back up, and I would develop, but I'm 1 population short. Yeah. So that would have been nice just to at least convert that stuff into 4 points. But anyways, so I'll just, not that this really matters, but I'll just do it anyways. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so AI a 4. So first card, this will be a other. So put this card in their history. They're going to spend 2 material to make it a progress. And then I take an unrest. Thank you. What we got here? Pen I'm looking for. Gain 2 material. Put this card in history. Gain 1 material. Discard a card from the bot deck. And then put this card in history. And last one. Gain 1 material. Discard a card from the bot deck. There's nothing to discard. And then put this card into history. Okay. Then they'll put their 2 progress here. Not that it matters. and they would have to like refill this, so they'll get one more card from there. This doesn't really matter because they're all going to get taken off anyways. But then Solstice, well, they give me 1 unrest, so I'll discard it so I can get rid of it. And then the other one, I'll just discard 2 cards for mysticism, but that's fine. So now, boom, that's it. That'll trigger the in-game. So I only have a couple of cards where it matters where they are. So these guys, I can just kind of gather them out. So that deck wasn't used. So I'll just take the rest of his cards and I'll count them all up. Alright, but like these guys, it says 1 victory point per pin in play, excluding region. So let me get my handy dandy calculator, just start getting stuff together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I had one more, I could have got 1 more point. So this card itself will just give me 2 points. And then I know in here I just had 1 card that, oh, okay, well, some of these cards, the ones that you only count them if they're in history. So the town, another town, the mask. Yeah, so these 3 cards, you only count them if they're in history, so that's 5 points total. And now everything else, I can just count up the points. So it doesn't matter where they're at. So, but this card won't be counted because I never got it. Let's see, let me turn in some of these tokens. Make it easier. So all those for 10. Okay. I still haven't learned the best way to count this. I know there's someone made an app which is pretty awesome that you can lay out the cards and just take pictures as long as you can see the wording clearly, and their like web app will just calculate everything for you. But so let's go by like types. I think that might make it easy. Hopefully. Okay, so on region cards, these have no points on them. But I know I'm going to have to look at their symbols in a little bit. Let's go with these fame cards. These are pretty big points. So 6 plus 11 plus 7. So I'll just throw them all in here. And then I have the notorious one that says 1 victory point per unrest scored by other players. So I need to look at the AI, and I get a point per unrest they have up to 10 points. So quick little scan. It's nice that you can just look for the red tab. So 1, 2. Oh, they only had 2 unrest. I don't know why I thought they had more. But okay. So that'll be plus 2. So that's those. Let's go with these. So these 2 are just 3 points each, and then this one's 1 point per tributary. So I have 3 total. So I have 9 points right here. So now I'm at 42 points. Let's see if these guys give any points. A lot of these are blanks. It's all my development cards. So let's see. 4 points, 4 points, 4 points, and then 1 point per uncivilized card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But since they max out at 10, so it'll be say 10 points plus the 3-4, so 22 points total. So now I'm at 64. My Celt main card, I get 1 victory point per Civilized, so I'll be plus another 10. So that'll make me at 74. So now these green ones. These are, well, some of these are stars on them. So let's see, the regular ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 6 points. So now I'm at 80. This Oracle card, 2 victory points per Fame card I have. So I have 4. So this card is 8 points. And then this Agriculture, 2 points per little grain symbol. So let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, I actually maxed that one out. So plus 10. So I got 98 points. Let me record that real quick and then I'll count the AI. So right now that's been my highest score. Hopefully that means the game is starting to click for me some. Let's see, so I'm the Celts and the AI are the Carthaginians. So 98. So now I just need to count the AI. Remove all my stuff. Oh, and then I forgot my progress. So I have 11 more. I'm actually at 109. Okay. Get all my cards out of here so I can count his. Whoops. And then I'm trying to remember if you count their main little nation card. I don't know why I don't remember that yet. So scoring for the AI. When scoring is triggered, complete blah blah blah. Then do one final round. Add up your victory points the same as multiplayer games. Then calculate the bot's victory. So starting out with their progress. So they have 9 progress. So boom. Okay. Every 10 population and materials in any combination is worth 1 point. So let's see. That's 10 right there, so that's 1 point. And then they have at least, yeah, they have 11 total of everything else, so that'll be just 2 points. Okay. That's not that big of a deal. Score every card in the bot's hand, play area, deck, discard pile, and history. Do not score for cards in the bot's dynasty deck. Which, yeah, I already removed those, so, alright. But, oh man, why am I like going blank if bots score? I feel like they don't. So let me do a quick search. Imperium. Oh, okay, yeah. So even the designer said everything on the bot's power card is ignored, including VP. So, okay, that's good to know. So that's just less points for him. So I'm just going off their cards. So theirs is a little easier to score, whereas I had to like actually look for all the symbols if I was matching them up. For them, the numbers are easy. Those are just the numbers. The question marks, it'll usually say like, oh, if it's like this great card, if it's in their history, 6 points, 2 points. Otherwise, So if it's like that, they just get the bigger one. So that one will be 6 points. And then for every star where it's like this one's 2 points per water symbol, instead they just get straight up 5 points. So that makes the bot way easier. So now all I have to do is just separate the actual numbers and take out all the blanks. So at least they did that. See a lot of stars though. That's a lot of 5 pointers. But you have a couple unrest. Haha. Okay. Okay. So right now they have 11 just from their materials and progress points. Alright, so plus 6. They have 5 with the star, so that's 20 points. So right now they're at 37. Alright, let's see. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26 plus 27. So now they're at 64 minus 4. Wow. They only got 60 points. So I guess I did a way better job this time around because last time they whooped my butt. But I will definitely take that one. Hopefully I didn't mess up any like major rules that allowed me to win because that would just suck. But I got my first win versus won this game really. All right, 109 to 60. So this was my third play versus the bot, but my first win. The other games I think the last game the bot got 133, but I guess I don't know. I was still trying to figure out the game, and I didn't know how to mess with the bot or do things to slow down the game, and put tokens on everything, and he can't exile stuff, or at least these guys, I messed with them one round just taking away a region, but that was very early on. But yeah, that was a pretty awesome game. Really enjoying it so far. It's still pretty new to me. I played 3 times solo, and actually had a game the other day playing just 2-player, and I lost that one. I spent more time explaining to make sure they were doing their moves instead of trying my own strategies out. Usually, it's what happens. Part of owning a game. But yeah, if you're into Imperium Classic or Legends and you want to see how the flow of the bot, you saw how the more the bot went, their turns should have been going faster and faster. It felt like it did on my end because some of the symbols were just, they're coming up a lot, and then I was like, okay, this happens. Boom, back to my turn. I'm not spending all day doing the bot stuff. And then, when it goes to Empire side, that kind of resets a little bit because now you have to look at the new flow chart, but it's still not that bad. But what's cool, though, is that they made a flow chart for every nation. So eventually, what's cool is a lot of games where they have just like a bunch of options, like, you can be any of these nations or whatever. Any one of these classes, a lot of times you want to jump around and just experience them all. But in this one, it gives me that feeling of like, oh man, if I did bad with the nation, like I actually played the Celts yesterday, and I did kind of bad, so it made me want to play it again instead of let me just start another nation, because then you're kind of starting over. You have to learn a whole new strategy, and you don't figure it out till I don't know, like 25% of the way through, and then you're like, oh, okay, I see how there's cards start clicking together and what I need for points. And that was another thing. I paid more attention to points that my cards would give me, and I know I wasn't doing that before. I would grab cards, and I might pay attention to like my main nation victory points, but then other cards I just wasn't paying attention to them. Whereas in this one, I utilized them a lot by having 5 grains. So now that agriculture card was 10 points, and whatever other cards I had, where I would just try to get more points out of them. And previous games, yeah, my score was lower, but now it's the game's starting to click where I'm like, okay, if I get that card, I need to look out for these other cards to trigger this first card I got. But yeah, so it'll definitely be cool. Eventually, I'll just start on my app. I have one, or I have an app on my phone for to roll a whatever sided die you want. So since there's 16 nations, eventually I'm just gonna roll the D16 and have it pick for me, and then roll a random bot also. Um, and then I'll probably just keep playing that nation until I beat that bot. Yeah, and even within it, like if you start getting better at the game, the bot has 5 different difficulty levels. So if you're having trouble with, I just played the regular one. Um, let's see. Yeah, so there's Chieftain, which they'll do less actions, and you're like blocking off spots. Warlord, they're still doing less actions. We were playing a Imperator. How do we say that? Nothing changes, just but yeah, and then Sovereign and Overlord, they'll do potentially 5 actions every turn. Well, Overlord they will do 5 actions. In this play around, they could have done 5 actions, but if I would have rolled a 6, since there's only 1 through 5 here, a 6 they would actually do all 5 actions, and then they don't do the whole thing of throwing materials on there. Normally it's progress, but for these guys, those materials. Um, but no, yeah, so far pretty awesome game. Setup really wasn't too bad if I was playing by myself. Well, I'm playing by myself, I get that. But if I wasn't explaining and, you know, trying to do it off memory, I'm sure I would have made it faster just making sure I went through all the steps. I think, what, 10 minutes, you could have this thing out and a couple of quick shuffles, as long as you, of course, organize well. Like right now, I'm about to put it away, but I'm going to separate all the common cards into their correct decks, and then that way I can just easily separate them, grab their 6 cards each, and then shuffle them all up. But and then like any game, the more you play, the more you remember how much you can what you need to do to set up. But yeah, it's gonna be fun just randomly going through all these AI charts, and you could almost, when you play a bot, I feel like so the designers Nigel Buckle and David Sertzi, it's I know it's more Nigel's game. Everybody knows David for his AI, but Nigel is the one who did all this stuff. He was the really, I feel like, I guess, like the main creator, and then I know David says like he came in later, but and just does his improvements and does what he does with games. But yeah, like all this work though, where every bot feels different and they play the way that an actual human player should probably play them. Like I wonder if I would have played the Celts bot, if they would do something that I'm like, oh man, like I should have been doing that. Like I wasn't playing their cards right, or but I feel like this time I played them pretty well. Obviously, I beat this bot, scoring over 100 felt pretty nice. Um, yeah, but that was Imperium Classics. I'll see about doing another playthrough with just the legends. Even they have their own common cards with different artwork and a couple of different scoring things. But no matter who you play, you can pick either set of common cards and just go at it. But it's pretty cool having that nation builder game where you start out in barbarian mode and then switch over to empire, and now you can do all those other barbarian things. Except eventually I could, once I got the right card, once I got my chariots. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I had a good time playing this one. Thank you for checking it out, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And have a good one. Thank you for stopping by.